StoneX has released its latest quarterly outlook, highlighting the key trends shaping global markets. The base metal index closed Q3 up 3.5%, marking a notable shift in the outlook for the suite after prices were almost flat in Q2, up just 0.8% on increased global trade uncertainty. The robust performance over the last several months has centered around weakness in the US dollar, which has been hovering around its lowest level since the start of 2022, following market participants pricing in 3 rate cuts in 2025. This in turn, combined with our expectations for around 100 basis points of rate cuts in the US in 2026, has warmed the macroeconomic landscape for industrial metals, with building expectations for cyclical demand recovery. In addition, as we enter Q4, activity in China should benefit from seasonal demand, given golden September and silver October, the country's peak construction season, supporting consumption for nickel, copper, aluminium, and zinc. In a similar vein, it's important to note that 2026 will mark the start of China's 15th five-year plan, with markets focused on December's Central Economic Work Conference, which often acts as a precursor to the 2 sessions meeting in March. Here, we expect China to outline additional policy and stimulus measures to support domestic growth, benefiting the outlook for infrastructure spending on key metal-intensive areas such as new electric vehicles, the national grid, renewable energy, and digital applications. However, downside risks may present themselves in the form of a further escalation in geopolitical tensions, with no end in sight for the Russian and Ukraine war and conflict in the Middle East. Meanwhile, uncertainties remain over the global trade landscape, with BRIC nations forming closer ties against the West, and China and the US yet to have agreed on a trade deal. Now, attention should be paid to key dates over the next 3 months, including the 5th of November, where the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments in the pending appeal from the US administration, following the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit affirming the Court of International Trade, holding that fentanyl and reciprocal tariffs exceeded the President's authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. We're also looking at the 10th of November. This is the end date for the extended 90-day reduced reciprocal tariffs between China and the US. And we're looking to March 2026. Here is the annual 2 sessions meeting in China. And of course, 2026 marks the start of the 15th five-year plan. And finally, we're looking at May 2026. This is when the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, will be stepping down. For deeper insights and analysis on this market, we invite you to read the full StoneX quarterly outlook, available now on the StoneX website.